All right, man. Welcome back to Man Now Sports, man. If y'all just tuning in for the first time, man, make sure y'all on your way in, hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to us on YouTube, right? And we're sharing this one on Facebook today, but we about to shortly stop sharing it on Facebook. Because we want to draw the traffic to YouTube. So if you're watching this on Facebook, we'd rather you go ahead and switch that over on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, man, and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification or that notification bell. All right, man. So we got Chris and Jay and myself here today, man. We got two things we want to go over, man. There's a lot of things in the NFL, of course. Both the championship, AFC, NFC championship game. We want to hit that real quick. Hit some of the trending topics that's going on around those games. Some drama, some controversy amongst the award finalists and stuff like that. We want to hit that, and then we want to move over to the NBA and knock out some of the mid-season happenings with the All-Star game coming up. They just announced the All-Star starters, and we'll cover all that stuff too. And then man, we good, man. We'll leave it to y'all in the comments, man. And Jay, Chris, man, what's up, man?
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Mo? He said keep pounding. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I get. You know what? We can start with that, man. The Steve Wilkes for the Carolina Panthers. Killing it as an interim coach. The players in the locker room loved him. Everybody thought that, man, that was gonna give him a good look and a good shot at trying to get their head coaching job, man. But they went to Frank Reich like really quick. Like, this is a coach that had a team that he was head coaching, so you couldn't really predict that he was gonna be available. And for them to go straight to him during this hire process and just boom, he just get hired that quick. It's kind of weird and fishy, man. But what's y'all thoughts about that hiring, Frank Reich?
Jay?
First of all, it's a terrible hire. Real quick. Second of all, it's no different, right? You got a girl and she's in an abusive relationship, and then she break up with her boyfriend, and you come in there with your cape on and tell her how pretty she is and take her out to dinner and movies and all that. Then she get a whole new boyfriend. She don't even choose you. That's what Mr. Wilkes feel like right now.
He had his lawyers made some comments, but then it seemed like Wilkes came out and kind of like gave a more politically correct response.
No. Wilkes did what he said, what he had to say, because now he has to find a job.
True.
Did they not keep him on as like because he was, what coach was he before the interim? They just let him go completely?
He was the coordinator. Yeah, they was like he will not be returning. They put that out yesterday.
That's crazy. Can't even go back to the role that he was in beforehand.
I would try to get on with one of the division rivals, and I would bless their head twice a year. But moreover, like, every time a coach gets hired in the NFL, we have to have the same conversation of how the disparity in ethnic coaches, no matter how qualified they are. This is no different. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked at all. I do find it funny that guys who have got fired or relieved of their duty mid-season because they were horrible at their job are now finding new roles all across the NFL.
What we call it, Jay? We call it fell in the head, felling
up. Yeah,
felling up.
Yeah.
You fell forward, fell ahead, fell up, all that stuff, man.
But this was also a legacy hire too, because he played quarterback for the Panthers back in the day.
Frank Reich, for like 3 seconds, he was known for Buffalo backing up Jim Kelly and having that comeback victory against the Oilers in the playoffs.
I mean, he was never that guy. Like let's be clear.
No.
He just wasn't.
No, he wasn't. What up, Dano?
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, hey, he got his Panther hat on, man. I'm glad you jumped in as a Panther fan on this topic, man. You like the hire, or do you feel disrespected? I mean, I know as a black man, you probably feel one way about it, but Frank Reich, he might have the magic touch which y'all needed, but I thought Wilkes had that as well. So I mean, how you feel about the hire?
So at first, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking it's BS. Straight up, it's BS. You know what I'm saying? This guy took a down and out team. We was projected to be number 1 and 2 in the draft beginning of the season. Get rid of Matt Rule. He comes in. We finished the season 6-6. Not only it's not a normal 6-6 though. We were in a run to make the playoffs, win the division. You know what I mean? It was a lot of big things happening. So it was surprising to me, but it wasn't, because about 2 weeks ago we hired his Frank Reich's daughter on a media staff. So I was like, okay, well, that's my answer before they even go mainstream with it. But
when did Frank Reich get fired?
From Indy. From Indy.
He got fired week because
about week 7.
I want to say I think it was a little bit later than that, because Jeff Saturday didn't even do like 10
come
games.
on, LeBron, man. Why you said that, LeBron? He said he got replaced by ESPN commentator.
but right. I mean,
Yeah.
I have to sit and think. I'm like, man, Steve Wilkes from Charlotte, you know, that'd be perfect. You know, the team rallied behind him. They bought into his system, you know, and why wouldn't we keep him? But then, as I was telling Chris yesterday, I'm like, man, the more I sit and think about it, Frank Reich is not a bad move neither. First quarterback in our franchise. You know what I'm saying? He has records with us as far as first touchdown for us and stuff like that. He's part of the community as well. You know what I mean? I think he owns a few businesses out in Charlotte himself, as well as his daughter. But the more I think about it, okay, this guy, he's never truly had a fair chance. And in Indy, his fair chance was Carson Wentz. I mean, in Philly, his fair chance was Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? In Indy, his fair chance was Matt Ryan. You know what I mean? That Indy team that was good.
No, he brought Winston. He brought Winston in too. He brought his man with him.
He did bring him Wentz. He did bring him Wentz.
We see.
He could have brought in. He could have brought in Cam. He brought Wentz in.
Look, I'm saying though, like you see Carson Wentz in that Philly that the year they went to the Super Bowl. I think he was balling before he went down. I think it was first 7 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
But so he probably had high hopes. Okay, I didn't even get to see him finish the season. Why not bring him back with me? So I get that.
Hey, listen, man. As a Panther fan, I understand you thinking it's a decent hire. It's a terrible hire, and I'll tell you why. I understand why they did it, because they need a quarterback. So having an offensive-minded guy at the helm versus a defensive-minded guy will build a quarterback. But it looks like they're going to draft that kid out of Florida. It looks like he's Richardson. Listen, I'm a Gators fan. A lot of people don't know. He ain't it. He's not the answer. He makes worse decisions than everybody y'all had in the building last year. I mean, he's athletic.
Including Baker Mayfield?
Including Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
His decision, like, listen, I watch Gator football every time they play. Like he ended up they ended up going to Emory Jones, like they would split reps just because dude made bad decisions. He's athletic. He has a cannon. He reminds you of, for me, he reminds you of Marcus Vick. You know.
Okay. What?
But like, he's not a guy that you would build your franchise around. And Carolina's really good at getting really bad quarterbacks.
So my input on this, right? We're not building around a quarterback. Our team,
y'all definitely not. I don't know who y'all building around right now.
Into a great spot. We're throwing a Brock Purdy into a built team. You get what I'm? We're not a finished, completely built team at San Fran, but we have our foundation. Our foundation is our defense.
So if that being true, then why didn't you keep the defensive-minded guy? Well, so what I'm saying is I know what it looks like on paper, but what I'm saying is that the upper management wants to turn that thing around. Like they have hopes of this. We're going to bring in a quarterback guy who was a quarterback who is a guy, and we're going to get a quarterback and we're going to build our franchise.
Is it what Lamar saying? It was a nostalgia hire, not football related.
It is football related. So right,
a nostalgia hire that got Jake Delhomme.
Or Steve Smith.
What was wrong with Jake Delhomme?
What's wrong with him?
Come on, man.
What was wrong with him?
It would have been worse than what you're saying now. We got a coach that was there with the grassroots with this team being put together. He's been there. The guys love him, and he performed in the interim spot. Performed well for you, and that shows promise. Anybody you bring in that's unproven is 100% the wrong move. At least Frank Wright has led a team as a coordinator and as a head coach. It might have not been very successful how he led it, but at least we know
40, 33-1.
I mean,
it's above 500, but that's not great,
right? Is that spectacular? Like, do you break? But look, no, but do you break up the momentum that you were building with Wilkes in that locker room? And I mean, because remember, even the linebacker Burns, he got the best out of Burns, and Burns was about to get traded. He was on the block. He was supposed to leave right after CMC left.
Stop. No, he wasn't.
No. Well, it might have not been true, but the rumor was that they got rid of my man. They sent him to Arizona, the receiver Anderson. They got rid of Anderson. I like all these guys that was on the trade block: Anderson, Burns, CMC, and one other guy. All of them got sent out except Burns.
Only people that were up for trade was CMC, and the reason was we were too one-dimensional. I don't care if we were running the ball or throwing it 60 yards. Guess who was getting it at 60 yards? CMC. So he had to go. Burns was untouchable. Jeremy Chin, untouchable. J.C. Horn, untouchable. Derek Brown, untouchable. You know, all the young cats, DJ Moore, untouchable. You know what I'm saying? But there were talks in us getting rid of Shaq Thompson, our middle linebacker. Now that would have hurt us drastically because he is the veteran vocal lead point on that team. He's the last of that team that went to the Super Bowl. Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, Josh Norman, that team. He's the last of that team on the defense. So getting rid of him would have hurt a lot more. But what I'm saying about Frank Wright is not a bad hire. I don't care who you plug in right now. If our GM does the job we're supposed to do, which is draft well, I'll take anything over Matt Rule. We dealt with Matt Rule for 2 years.
I 100% agree. I take anything over Matt Rule.
That I have. Do you think that it's a transitional hire? That he's a placekeeper for the guy that y'all actually want?
No, I think we actually are going to try and keep him around as long as we did John Fox. You know what I'm saying? Because that's and of course it comes down to him having to perform well, get the team to rally behind him, get the team to buy in with whatever strategy he's gonna put forth. But until then, it's all speculation. You know what I mean? So we got to see.
Well, but I will say this.
At first, I'm all for Steve. I put a post up today like that's our coach in my head. You know what I'm saying? I like Steve. I wanted Steve Wilkes, but
that's why you got to get him out the building.
And that's what I thought. And I told Chris,
I understand Carolina.
Put him on the staff. Yeah, put him on the staff. He was a defensive back coach the year we went to the Super Bowl, and then before he got pushed up to interim head coach, he was the defensive back coach as well. So. It would make sense but don't bring him into the staff because I feel like that's selling him short. You deserve to be head coach somewhere. You know what I mean? You deserve to be head coach somewhere. So even though you're not coming to the staff, I just want the best for you. I hope he becomes head coach somewhere. Honestly, who needs a head coach right now? Houston? Go to Houston.
No, Houston ain't the place for black coaches.
The NFL.
But Houston been doing black coaches dirty for the last couple of years. Case in point, how they just did Lovie Smith. They got mad that he didn't want to tank the last game for the first pick. And
you think that's what happened for real? You think that's what it was?
No,
That
that's
was
not
part
what
of
it was.
it. That was
I
part
think
of
he
it.
was gone already, but you
Nah, that
did
wasn't what
you
it
pronounced
is.
you pronounced NFL wrong. It sounded like you said Houston, but I know you meant NFL, right? When you said they've been doing black coaches wrong.
You
The
heard me say
NFL as a whole,
NFL.
yeah, but the NFL as a whole, yeah, but Houston has been like publicly. I mean, the whole NFL has too, but like Houston has just been prominent lately with.
But with somebody like Steve Wilkes, I could turn that shit around. Part of my language, but I could turn that around.
Yeah.
Houston, I just don't
Yes.
think Houston is where it's at for just black coaches. Stay away
Okay,
from.
let me
Go
ask
to
you this.
Arizona. Go to
Lovie Smith
Arizona.
is a defensive coach, right? He's a defensive-minded coach. They didn't give him a fair chance because they only held him there for one season. So Houston didn't even have a defense. They sucked.
Houston didn't have nothing.
They didn't have anything but a promising running back.
So
A rookie running
another
back that broke out. That
case
was
in
it.
point, exactly. So how is Lovie Smith the problem when you brought him into a shit situation in the first place?
I'm not saying he was the problem.
I'm saying this is how Houston was. This is how Houston was thinking. You know what I'm saying? They did the courtesy hire. They put a black man as a head coach. When they didn't get the season that for some reason they dreamt that they was going to get, it was Lovie Smith's fault, and they got him out of there. But you brought Lovie Smith into a situation where you didn't have no quarterback, you didn't have no defense, you didn't have no receivers, you didn't have no offensive line.
I agree. Like, what did you expect?
The bright spot for Houston this season was the rookie running back. That was it. That was Houston's brightest spot.
What, Pierce? Pierce was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dave Pierce or something like that. That was the brightest spot for Houston because everything else was deplorable. All three phases of the game was deplorable for Houston.
They actually played tough in a lot of games.
They did. Down to the last snap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, they played us real tough. But you know, I think
they had a tough schedule.
Yeah, they did.
They had a real tough schedule.
Yeah. So you mentioned the running back. You said the only thing that Houston had going for them is that rookie running back when he ended up getting hurt. But I want to stay on that thing because the finalists for the awards for the NFL came out, and
let's talk about it,
bro. So I'm gonna look at it real quick. So we'll start with the rookies because I think that's where the controversy is really at, right? The final three is Garrett Wilson, a receiver for the Jets, which is a good pick. I like Pickens with the Steelers. I got to look at the numbers to see why he's not a finalist. Yeah, but Pickens was looking like a vet. He was unstoppable, man.
The reason why he sparked so late is because of the quarterback issues they had in the beginning of the season. Exactly. There wasn't somebody consistently giving him the ball. But when they started getting, they found out, okay, we're gonna stick with Kenny Pickett, and he got that chemistry with Pickens. He was hooping.
But I think the Jets had quarterback issues too.
But it was still. But Mike Wilson ain't nothing but Zach Wilson wearing a different number. So you had the same quarterback.
Mike White is Zach Wilson wearing a different
number. You had the same quarterback back then.
Y'all stupid.
The only difference is one was sleeping with people's mothers and one wasn't. That's the only difference.
Mike White was putting the ball on the money. He was doing all the right things for the Jets. He just ended up getting cracked ribs.
Yeah, and you know what's weird about that is Zach Wilson didn't play horrible last year. I like how he looked last year, but Mike White and a couple of times he did play last year looked good as well, and then he looked good at times this year. But Zach Wilson just never have it this year for some reason.
Like it looked like he didn't have no power in his arm. It looked like he was 18 years old out there playing. Yeah.
But nonetheless, Garrett Wilson was a finalist. Kenneth Walker Jr. from the Seahawks, the running back, was a finalist, which rightfully so. But the shocker is how Brock Purdy could come in and start 6 games. Although he did look good, but if you start 6, I mean, if you think about Pierce, the running back for the Texans, he got hurt, and that took him out of the race. Mm-hmm. So how is it different for a guy to only play 6 games? and he be a finalist for Rookie of the Year? Speak on that.
What I
Recency bias.
my thing.
Recency bias. That's all it is.
I
I don't
see.
even think it's that. I think it's the. Go ahead.
No, go my bad. My bad. Go.
I told my homeboy this, and you see this a lot more recently, like more often when it comes down to sports, is these regular season awards are being handed out based off playoff success as well. So that's the only reason why I think Brock Purdy is even in the running, is because of the playoff success, and that's unacceptable because it's a regular season award. It's what you did in the regular season. If you didn't even play half of the games in the regular season, you cannot. There's literally, that is the biggest criteria as to why you can throw 2,000 yards in the 6 games that you start, 20 touchdowns, no picks, but you did not play in an entirety of a season.
Well, I mean, if you did something that spectacular in 6 games, then I will understand it. But he just came in and played good. You know,
I think it's this, right? Brock Purdy and we've seen this against the Cowboys. You got pressure on you. You're an average QB, my brother. You're an average QB. I've seen a 5-minute compilation video of interceptable balls that he threw, that the defense that the defense just dropped.
Yeah,
you're not playing perfect.
It's a reason. It's a reason why all the professionals evaluated all the quarterbacks coming out of his draft and decided not to take him in none of the rounds until the last round. You know what I mean? So, I'm
Shanahan.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, man. He got a lot going for him right now, and who knows? It might make or break his career. This this might turn him into a Pro Bowl quarterback by falling in the right hands. Kyle Shanahan with the right team around him. Who knows? I mean, so I still be rooting for him, but he should not be.
You can say that, but
Rookie of the Year finalist.
You can say that, but definitely look at Tom Brady. He was drafted late and developed into something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
everybody can't beat Brady.
Nothing Tom Brady did at the combine or at Michigan would lead you to believe he was going to be good either.
Nah.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying he's nothing spectacular.
I think what they did for Brock Purdy is they said, okay, in those 6 games he had 1,400 yards, almost 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and then said if you put that throughout, if you multiply that for the whole season, he'd be right there with, you know, whatever. I think they gave him some.
I agree, Lamar.
They gave him some love that they wouldn't give anybody else.
Yeah, they definitely did. And you can't take that approach where, well, if he played all 18 games at this rate, then this probably what would be his numbers. And therefore, you can't do that, because then you got to take every game, every other rookie miss, and say, well, if he would have played in this game, he would have had those 2 picks. You know what I mean? Like you can't really do that.
But let me ask you this: what's the difference between the rookies that got hurt and Brock Purdy?
Okay, they're quarterback. Brock Purdy is a quarterback, number one. All right, that's an obvious one. The other obvious one is that he's European American. All right, that's the obvious one, and we know quarterback is a coveted position in the NFL, and we know European American is a coveted.
They want to give every award to a quarterback, even defensive player of the year. Like,
yeah, they want to,
for real.
They want it. If they could, they would.
So you know what I'm saying? That you got to look at that.
Yeah,
you got to look at the fact that he's a quarterback.
And that's and I hate that so much, man, because these running backs, we talking about somebody who's getting contact every single down. Every single down. So even if you don't have film on me, you have a chance to put pads on me. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Like, Mike Evers said most of these players draft stock based on how much their agents pay Mel Kiper.
Hey, real. Mel Kiper let Helpings hanging on.
Yeah, but go ahead.
So if we take out Brock Purdy, what third rookie would be in that offensive rookie?
I would have Pickens.
I don't care if we only seen him for an hour. Breece Hall.
Yeah. Breece Hall was.
I forgot he got hurt.
You had two rookie running backs. You had Pierce and Breece Hall get hurt. But look, Pickens was balling. Let me pull up.
I'm not taking anything away from Pickens. I'm just saying we didn't get to see enough because of the quarterback situation. And when Kenny Pickett, his first two starts, they was blitzing the hell out of him. He couldn't even get the ball to him. So Kenny Pickett, he really came along probably like week 10. You get what I mean?
The problem with Pickens is him and Pickett names sound alike. So when you say one and they both rookies, it's still people gonna automatically be like, no, they think you're talking about the quarterback because they think you're talking about the quarterback.
Oh yeah, George Pickens and Kenny Pickett.
Look at Bird. Look at Bird to my while we ain't at work. Bird, why you watching us at work?
That's a better.
Hey, better be on that lunch break, player.
Hey, Bird, I'm minding my disabled business, man.
Disabled.
And Lamar brought in Isaiah Pacheco. I think he came on too late.
I was just about to say he blossomed too late because there was y'all had a terrible running back room situation too.
It wasn't terrible.
Oh my goodness, guys!
It wasn't terrible.
Not terrible, but
the right guard from Seattle. He's a rookie.
Oh,
they're not gonna give it to them. They're not gonna give it to no lineman.
I'm showing love to the old line. This man allowed Geno to break a franchise record in the NFC West.
Mute your mic.
Okay.
In the NFC West, so he's seen Bosa twice. You get what I mean? He's seen who else is in that division? Seattle, San Fran. You seen Aaron Donald twice?
Oh, they didn't see Aaron Donald twice.
You did see Aaron Donald twice.
No, they didn't. Aaron Donald was hurt.
In Seattle?
Yeah, he was hurt most of the season. He been out.
Well, but you know what I'm saying? Right guard, man. He allowed Geno to break a franchise record. Like,
yeah,
I would. I agree.
Lamar
before Purdy.
But who do y'all think should win it though?
They're going to give it to Purdy, and it's going to make me. It's going to make me mad. It's going to make me mad as hell.
He was just
Garrett Wilson should win it.
So explosive, man.
Garrett Wilson should win it, but I can see the NFL giving it to Purdy.
That's messed up, man. They really don't show O-line no love because, like I said, dude from Seattle.
It's the dirty work, man. It's not pretty. It's not sexy.
Ike Ekwonu from the Panthers left tackle. He didn't allow. He allowed the sack. His last sack was week 2, and then he allowed the sack week 13 or 14 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's and we talking about a rookie. Man, O-line need more deserved respect, man. They need to be shouted out.
They don't.
Need to be put in these offensive runnings and stuff like. They need to be awarded, man.
What they don't get in awards, they make up in money. If you good, you get paid.
Somebody got to get the short end of the stick, though, man. Like Chris said, man, they do the dirty work, man.
Everything moves through them.
Yeah, I mean, when you making love, man, the feet the last thing to get attention. You know, it just what it is. I mean, you gonna show some love to the ear lobe, the back of the ear, the neck. You know what I mean? Lips. You know, you go kiss everything. You go. Yeah, you know all the other hot spots. Feet. But feet, I mean, that's the lat. Hey, that's the lat, and the feet, the elbow. Like the feet, the first thing to hit the floor when you get out the bed, man. Like you got to show your feet appreciation, but that's the last thing we appreciate, man. So that's the same thing with O-line, man.
Where do you come up with this shit, bro?
I like that analogy.
No, don't like that analogy. Don't like
that analogy.
He's starting to bottom up, baby. He's starting.
I feel like Mel got a bulletin board behind his computer. He just go through and put analogies on it every day. Oh, this is nice. This fire. I'm gonna use this one somehow.
He said, "Don't like it."
I don't like that analogy because it's gonna make him come up with another one.
No, man, y'all know y'all like it. Don't even front. Man.
It was decent.
Yeah, it was. This one y'all gonna love right here though. The comeback player of the year. That's tough.
That is
That's
hard
tough.
because they all had
Gino.
incredible seasons. They all had
Yeah.
incredible seasons.
Nah,
Gino.
it's Gino easily.
It's Geno
Easily.
easy, man. 'Cause this dude set a new record that Russ Wilson held. He set a new record in Seattle. Got his team to the playoffs almost single-handedly. And like they said, man, they wrote him off, man, and he didn't write back, and he came back. So
when's the last time we seen Gino?
yeah, so yeah. Now go ahead. You gonna play devil's advocate and say you got to come back from something to
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. It's gonna be either Saquon or CMC, for the simple fact that CMC is only been known as injury prone in Carolina. He was always like, Carolina drove him in the dirt. He got traded and entirely rebuilt himself. Saquon, a terrible ACL injury. We thought we wasn't gonna see the old Saquon back, and then he came back and was just putting people in the dirt, running hard like it was his rookie year again. So as impressive and incredible a season that Gino had, not taking anything away from it, it's gonna go to either Saquon or CMC.
Let's think about it though. We still seen these players in their prime while Gino was still in the league playing. Gino has not played in how many years? Imagine Vinny Testaverde putting up 4,000 yards when he came back and played for the Jets.
Listen,
I hear you.
It's one thing to come back from injury. People do that all the time.
Yeah.
But to come back from obscurity, like, you don't never see that. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
You don't see that.
That's a good point. That's that, like Saquon and CMC were first round picks, right? And cornerstone for their franchises, and they just happened to get hurt. So coming back from that, Jay, you make a good point. Gino was a guy who was considered a bust. So to come back from that is amazing.
Man.
That would be like if Dwight Howard came back right now and averaged
30 and
15.
Which he could.
Absolutely.
See,
not 30, but I think he can average 22
15 and 15.
No, I think he can average 22 and 12 for sure. Easy. And he's still top. He's still probably a top 5 center in the league right now, behind Jokic and Embiid. But we don't want to get the NBA yet. We're gonna get there soon. But yeah, so we all going Gino except Chris. Chris, even Lamar went Gino as well.
I'm not saying. I could see like all three of them. I could see cases clearly for who's getting the award. I just was playing devil's advocate. Since y'all all went Gino, we all can't be on the same train. So I was like,
it's cool. I mean,
it would.
Sometimes you got to get a drum or something too. I get what you're saying.
It would make an incredible story if Gino does get it, especially since they wrote the Seahawks as a rebuild and a draft team. They were supposed to be getting all kinds of people in the draft, and nobody expected them to even make the playoffs, be running in that division. So
yeah,
I can see.
You got to think too, though. You got to think. Let's talk support and cast. Saquon, you got Daniel Jones.
Who?
You got.
You can't don't say Daniel Jones like he's some world beater quarterback.
Let me put it in perspective. Why I say Daniel Jones? Can any one of y'all name any of his receivers?
I can't name him. I'm still. Who you talking about?
And the man put up 3,500 passing yards.
So what you saying?
And if I'm not mistaken, he was 200 yards shy of rushing.
You want to make Carolina?
Who, Daniel? Why would I take him to Carolina?
He's a Duke grad.
Exactly.
Why would I take him?
Exactly, because of what you just said.
No, he's in like New York is not letting him go. You'll be a fool to let Daniel Jones go.
So
he is a major reason why you were even as close as you were.
Well, I want to show some love to these two comments because one of them is a hot take. Not this one though. Lamar said Drew Lock. If he would have been starting, they would have been in the lottery. I agree.
Yeah.
And Carroll would have been fired as well. But this is a hot take right here. Discount Josh Allen
Wow.
Okay.
That's either
let's
slighting
think
Josh
about it.
Allen, which I'm good
Oh,
with,
wait, hold on.
or it's giving Jones too much love.
Wait a minute. Wait
I
a minute.
like this.
This is not as bad of a take as you think
I
it is.
like
Jones and
this.
Josh Allen, the same quarterback.
This is not
This
as bad
is-
as you think it is. Give Danny Dimes a Diggs type receiver. You got Josh Allen.
Come on now.
Give
No.
Danny Dimes a
No.
Josh
Diggs type-
Allen. What? If
No.
you give Daniel Jones Stephon Diggs, bro, he will put up 5,000. Did that ass, bro.
Yo, I can see that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's as good as Allen.
Right.
What I'm saying
He
is,
has no weapons.
the gap is not as far. If you gave them the same exact supporting cast, the gap is not as far as you think it is.
We about to compare the two right now.
I don't see that as such
I'm
a
not-
bad thing.
I'm not jumping on that wagon. I don't like it.
Of course you don't, because you like Josh Allen. You think Josh Allen?
I don't even like Josh Allen like that.
Josh
You
Allen
think Josh Allen is the GOAT?
6,280
I think-
yards.
I think Josh Allen is a white Cam Newton and gets more credit than what Cam Newton got.
Josh
Look,
Allen also led the
Josh
league in
Allen-
turnovers.
Josh Allen
He did.
this season has a QBR of a 96.6, 14 interceptions, 35 touchdowns, and 4283 yards, right? Now, Danny Dimes, and that's with a Stephon Diggs, that's with a high-powered offense. You get what I mean? Daniel Jones put up 3205, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 92.5 QBR. And that's just the passing game. If I'm not mistaken, Daniel Jones finished with more rushing yards than Josh Allen as well. With Saquon Barkley.
I don't know if he finished with more rushing yards. I don't know about that.
Shoot, let's see. Yeah, 708 rushing yards. That's Daniel Jones. Yeah, 708 rushing yards. Okay, Josh Allen 762.
But I think
So, like you said, it's not that far fetched.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, though, if you break a 70-yard run and then fumble at the end of the run, and the other team get it, you don't get those yards, do you?
You still get the
Not
yards,
at all.
yeah. Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
No, I think you don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I think you don't, yo.
You don't get those yards
Since when?
since you fumbled.
Yeah, I think it's been like that a while.
It's a turnover. Yeah, that's like me throwing the ball 60 yards. The receiver catch it. He run about 15, get tackled and fumbled. I don't get those 75 yards as a quarterback. I don't get those 75 throwing yards, bro.
But so with that being the case, Josh Allen is like he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Tremendous.
He has some shaky decision making ability, especially in the red zone, that he has to fix to get to the next level. I think Danny Dimes is I think he's a great value version of Josh Allen. Like, you know what I mean?
He's worked on his decision making. Like he took a huge jump from last year.
And that's what you want your quarterback to do, get better, every year.
Every year.
Is Daniel Jones the player that Josh Allen is right now? No. But let's have this conversation in 2 years. Let's see what he because Josh Allen didn't really get really good to his third and fourth year. Maybe his fourth year is right when he made the jump, the real jump.
I think I need to see more before I can. So I'll say that. I think I need to
Out of
see
Daniel
because
or Josh?
because out of
This is
Daniel
Daniel's
because
third year.
Third or fourth, right? So you give me one solid season out of 2 or 3 mediocre or subpar seasons, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, that's our guy. I need to be able to see because they did get a new coach, so it is a new system. And Brian Daboll was the guy in Buffalo, which accounts for why Josh Allen was what he was, like Lamar said, right? So you see in 1 year the effective difference, but I need to see more because you got to show me more to offset what I've already seen. Y'all get what I'm saying?
I just got upset. Yo. And I'm gonna tell you why. It has nothing to do with this conversation, but everything to do in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They about to make Eli Manning a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Why
like
is he?
He's a Manning. Come on, man. He's a Manning. It's a household thing.
We're like a year away from him being the first ballot. I don't have a problem with him getting into the Hall at all.
But first
You
ballot,
know why? You know why he'll be first ballot? You know why he'll be first ballot?
Because he's Eli Manning
twice.
No, he beat Tom twice, and one of which ruined an undefeated season.
Listen, I get it, but he does not have first ballot Hall of Fame numbers.
This is all right. Let's think about.
Does he?
Let's
think about where he is.
Steve Smith is not even a first ballot Hall of Famer, but Eli is. And when we compare positional resumes, Steve Smith has the numbers, has the accolades. Why is he not first ballot? But Eli can.
It's real hard to be. It's real hard to be a receiver to get a first ballot. I don't know why, but that position doesn't. I mean, outside of
you got to be Randy Moss and.
Hey, what I missed? Did we get through these comments?
Yeah.
We mentioned it.
I stopped at he's.
I brought up the comparison stats on why that's not far fetched. So, Josh Allen finished what I say 42-78, something like that. Yeah. 42 something with throwing yards. He finished with 35 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and a QBR of a 96.6 and 762 rushing yards. Daniel Jones, he threw for 3,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 92 point something QBR, and 708 rushing yards.
I gotta be honest.
And this is without his 3 receivers.
I get it. I gotta be honest. Josh Allen with having Diggs, Knox, Gabe Davis,
McKenzie,
a run game,
line. Let's talk about
McDermott, a defense, all of that stuff. I get it. He's a little bit inflated, and Daniel Jones being deficient of all of that, especially the years that Saquon was hurt. Now having Saquon, you seen him actually take a step forward. I think it is not that much of a hot take to say that Daniel Jones and Josh Allen are similar, and I think he said he's a discount Josh Allen. I'm with that. Yeah, I'm not even mad at you.
So here's the next question, real quick, Mel, that we was discussing while you was gone. Is Eli Manning, in your opinion, deserving of being the first ballot Hall of Fame?
What does first? No, Eli is not, because first ballot to me.
Proud of you, man. You was
first ballot to me is a no-brainer, no doubt, and you are a generational talent, and you was able to use that generational talent to actually achieve extraordinary things. Now, we can right off the back say Eli's not a generational talent.
Fact.
Absolutely not.
Right? So the conversation's already over. Now, did he achieve extraordinary things that actually make up? Because I think Tom Brady's not a generational talent, but he achieved so many great things that it super exceeded that. Mm-hmm. Eli didn't achieve. If Eli achieved what's on Tom Brady's level, then you could overcome not being a generational talent. But in most cases, most guys need both. I think Jerry Rice wasn't a generational talent either, but he achieved. I mean, he was just so good. You know what I mean? So. Eli's not a first ballot.
Dude, the argument I gave Jay and Dennis was because I don't agree he's first ballot either. Hall of Famer, sure. First ballot, no. But was what I feel like they're gonna hang their hat on to claim first ballot is that the 2 rings that he got, he beat Tom Brady. And one of those times he beat Tom Brady, he beat probably the second greatest team in NFL history when they went undefeated.
Sure, Strahan beat him. I say Strahan beat him.
There we
But
go. I just had
Strahan and Justin Tuck and them boys. But
22
Jay Jones just said the same thing you said. He said Eli got 2 chips and he beat Brady, and you know that makes him first ballot. And for a lot of people, just having that thought in their mind, that memory of him achieving it, does it for them. But I mean, if you really objectively doing it, and like, you know, if you using a criteria that everyone has to follow, then you can't use that. If you're using a real objective criteria, like they can't be like, oh man, he did this spectacular thing and got 2 rings. I mean, I don't think you can do it that way.
Cool. What's the next nominee?
The coach of the year, which is interesting. Who can you, because it's 5 finalists, who can you eliminate? Eliminate 2 right off the bat.
Actually,
you can't even eliminate 2. You can't even eliminate 2.
Okay, so hold on. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. And there may be a little bias behind this, but if you and I'm gonna present this to y'all that are non-biased. So I want y'all to look outside and make sure that, you know, I'm not talking crazy. Doug Peterson and Dan Campbell had the exact same seasons.
Why you want to bring Detroit in this?
Because Dan Campbell got snubbed.
I say this,
if Doug Peterson can get in, they started the same way Detroit started.
Let me ask you this:
they had a lot. No, they didn't.
You know what else? You know what else?
Doug
Peterson got in the playoffs.
I was going to say this,
and that's why I have another problem with that, because you're bringing in postseason success for a regular season award.
Yeah. Look, I got 2 people in the comments. I got 2 people in the comments say automatically Sean and Kyle come off.
Yeah, what did Sean McDermott do? What did he do? What did he do? He didn't do anything. He took a really good team already, added pieces to it, and they got worse than last year.
Is that simple?
I'm not mad at it. No, your comparison is not far-fetched, but I'm gonna tell you what made the difference. Jaguars were in a lot of the games they lost. I think they had Philly up big.
And Detroit wasn't?
No.
Detroit wasn't in a lot of the games?
Not the ones that I seen. I could be wrong here, but the ones that I watched, the ones that I was aware of.
48-45, Philly.
Okay.
Why are you giving up 48 points?
Really? Wait.
Because that was the first game of the season, and our defense wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Let me throw something in there before you finish, Chris. Let me just throw something in there. And the reason why I said, can you because they all deserving, can you eliminate 2? And Jay Jones and Mike Alvarez in the comments said Sean McDermott and Kyle comes off automatically. And I think the reason why they're saying it is because they're already coming into the season with well-oiled machines.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how spectacular was your coaching job to continue a well-oiled machine running? If I give you a call that has no malice, I'm not going to reward you because you go out there and you can go from 0 to 60 just like that. But if I give you a call that don't even have a motor and you build it up over time and then you put it on the street and it's looking good, then yeah, you can get mechanic of the year. So Kyle Shanahan McDermott comes off, right? So that leaves Peterson, who was his first year in Jacksonville, who took a team that was
the Urban Meyer debacle. Peterson wins just because of what Urban Meyer did.
Right. So he's got that. But Dayball is a first year head coach, period. And he took a team that we didn't even know if Saquon Barkley was going to be still in this league after this first contract. And we didn't know if Daniel Jones was a starting quarterback in this league either. And then he turned that team around and made so I think 1 and 2
divisional round.
Yeah, I think 1 and 2, whichever order you put it in, it's got to be Peterson and DeBall.
If you look at the Giants' record and the team that they played, they really didn't beat anybody. I think what Jacksonville did was more impressive.
No, because that is again bringing postseason success into a regular season award. And if we want to talk about, hold on, I'm looking at Lamar comment, but I'm gonna tell you like this, right? We went 3-13-1 last season, right? We started the season 1-6. We were already projected to be a lottery pick. And then you take that and win 8 of your last 10, and you get into the playoff chase up until the almost the very last minute of the season.
Yeah, he should have did it from start to finish. That's cute
It
but
wasn't completely. And listen, it wasn't the offense fault. It wasn't his fault. Our defense was raggedy,
fine and dandy,
we had injuries.
But Chris, it's a tight race, and you have to nitpick. If I have one coach who had his team ready from week 1 and they performed well all throughout the season, and I had one who didn't get ready until week 6. Then I'm taking the guy who was
ready until the second half of the season either.
You gotta think though.
All five of those guys led a team to the playoffs. Everybody you see, all the nominees led a team.
Okay, well then, if we can't put Dan Campbell in, then I want Zach Taylor in. Why is Zach Taylor not getting any love?
Because it's
the finalist.
It doesn't matter.
The same reason Andy Reid doesn't win this award every year.
Kyle Shanahan is in and can't win the NFC championship. What are we talking about?
With a third string quarterback.
With a world beater defense.
Wait. Before you say that, Jay, his first string went down in preseason.
No, it was like the second week of
the season. It was first game of the season.
Preseason out of 18 games, 16.
Hey, now Chris, answer Lamar question though. What time the Lions play today?
Oh. Don't worry about it, because the Chiefs gonna be sitting on the couch right next to me.
Shitting me.
Bengals in a route. Bengals in a route.
Now I hear what your mouth say, but do your wallet say that?
50.
Bet good.
Yeah.
Bet good. I'll take that.
All right, you heard it here.
I sold Joe, baby.
Money sign, big dick swing.
And y'all can put up a front. Y'all can put out reports and all that shit saying that Patrick Mahomes is good, but he's dealing with an injury that sits people down for 6 to 8 weeks. Yes, he is not okay.
That man was never hurt.
Listen,
he is not okay.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. That man got an Iron Man leg now because it was ankle, knee, shin bone, foot, all of it. It just wasn't one area. Yeah. They gonna minimize it and say sprained ankle.
That's disrespectful.
No. That's a good point, Jay Jones. That is a good point.
Oh,
you see how that slippery slope, Chris? That's why you gotta draw the line somewhere, and you just gotta be harsh about it, man.
That's wild. He didn't even coach the whole season. That's wild.
But he finished.
It don't. Yeah, but neither did Dan Campbell. You said he didn't start coaching week 6.
It wasn't. Y'all listen.
Hey, hold on.
What a graphic.
Yeah, he cooking himself. Look. If you telling me that a coach that didn't coach the whole season performed just as well as your coach that coached the whole season, then you already lost that debate, man.
He didn't perform just as well as the coach that coached the whole season.
Hey man, somebody give me them carrots, man. Get on in that pot, baby. Get on in that pot. You cooking yourself, man. I ain't even got to cook you.
Y'all like to have. Y'all like what do you started the season like Jeff Saturday ended his? Yeah, get this clown out of here. He ended. Whatever, man.
That's funny.
And you know what?
Funny.
You know what's so.
He said Dan Campbell started the season.
This is why I can't have serious conversations about the Lions with people. Everybody has they already predetermined notions. No. Let me finish. Because the Lions have sucked for so long, the Lions don't get no recognition when they start doing shit good. The only recognition that we got so far this year is Aiden Hutchinson's Rookie Year of the Year finalist, right?
That's all you deserve. What are we?
Why is that all we deserve? We have a better record than your fucking team. We have a better record than your team.
The playoffs.
And the only reason why y'all had a chance is because your division is high ass. Your division is high ass. You had a chance to get in with an under 500 record. You had a chance to get in with an under 500 record. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me.
Listen, bro.
You finished under 500.
I'm trying to defend you. I'm trying to defend you.
Winning seasons only. Winning records only. Winning records only.
I'm trying to turn your pot off. Listen, you know
winning records only. Winning records only.
How about this? You have the same outcome as somebody with a suck-ass record. How about that?
How do we have the same outcome?
How y'all doing? Lions like this, man. Mike Alvarez.
Battle with the Cats. Who won?
We did. What you talking about? What you talking about?
That won. What Dan Campbell say? Pull up the interview, man. What did he say about the Panthers? It was a straight ass kicking.
Yeah, pretty much. Cheeks.
Who got the better record? Who got the better record?
Hey, look.
Who got the better record?
Hey, look. We'll come back.
Be quiet with that trash ass record.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on. Real quick.
Motherfuckers with under 500 seasons can't fucking talk to me.
You was a part of the. You was a part of the.
Shut the fuck up.
We won against you.
People with under 500 seasons can't fucking talk to me. You can't breathe my air. You can't breathe my air. You can't breathe my air.
And now that
you can't breathe my air.
Guys, I'm gonna end with this. I know why
you can't breathe my air.
We
can't breathe my air.
the Lions' hopes of going to the playoffs.
No, y'all didn't.
It is.
No, y'all didn't.
You're mad.
No, y'all didn't.
That's why you're upset.
We did not get eliminated because we lost to y'all.
Real quick, let me grab control over this so we can move on real quick.
You would have beat us,
Chris. I'll let you get the last word since your team is getting dumped on. Tell them why you mad, son. Real quick.
I'm tired of the Lions disrespect.
Okay.
During the season, it's all fantastic. Oh my gosh, the Lions. Then you know what I'm saying? And now because we didn't make the playoffs, but a whole bunch of other teams didn't make the playoffs. The Panthers didn't make the playoffs. So who gives them the right to dump on us? Just because y'all beat us?
Their coaches aren't in the last five. Hold on, Dano. And their coaches aren't in the final five finalists for head coach of the year. That's the whole point, Chris. But real quick, you see right there, MVP, man. We'll do this one real quick because we did this one a couple of weeks ago. We already beat this head.
I think it's 1-5. 1-5 next.
Of course, 1-5 for Jay. I'm still Jalen Hurts on this one.
Oh, y'all come on with this bullshit. Hey, Chris, what you was just talking about disrespect? You were just talking about disrespect.
Jay,
it's hard, man. It's hard.
Jay, come on, compare the two, bro. Compare the two.
Somebody do it. Somebody do the work. I'll tell you this: 41 touchdowns, 4 more on the ground, 5,000 yards with another 500 yards on the ground. That's Pat. There's nothing else to talk about. 41 touchdowns.
Anybody got an argument for
you
that?
Got ball clubs that didn't get 41 touchdowns all season.
Jalen Hurts got a better record.
No, they're both 14-3.
Jalen Hurts got a better record.
No, that's the Eagles record. Jalen Hurts record.
Jalen Hurts got better weapons.
What?
No argument.
Whoa! You want to argue that? Look cool.
So okay, hold on.
You want to argue that?
So I'm not discrediting what Jalen Hurts has, right? Because we know the type of receiver we got in AJ Brown. We know the type of receiver we got in Devontae Smith, right? And then you got Dallas Goedert at tight end, he's a good tight end, but you know, as far as being he's not top 3 because your top 3 is Kelsey, Kittles, and Andrews. Those are your top 3, right? So he's not a world beater tight end, right?
Juju Smith is not a top 50 receiver,
but
MVS is not a top 100 receiver.
Hold on, listen.
Sky Moore is a rookie. MVS Hartman was hurt all year.
Patrick Mahomes can stretch the field a whole lot differently than Jalen Hurts can.
Listen, Pat Mahomes on the Travis Kelce, me, you, and Mel.
You saying that like these receivers didn't put up crazy numbers? It wasn't MVS and Juju 1,000-yard receivers this year?
Neither one of them got 1,000.
Really? You sure?
Listen. This man threw 5,000 yards, and the only one with 1,000 yards is his tight end.
I watch football, so I could tell the difference, but to the natural eye, you can't really tell the difference.
What happened is he's throwing the ball to 4 different tight ends over this year. He's threw the ball to 7 different wide receivers. Like, he's spreading the ball out. He even completed a pass to himself this year. How many passes have Jalen Hurts caught this year?
Wow.
Snaps count.
Wow.
Hey, well, let's do that. Well, let's do this. Let's open it up, man. Hey, the number's right here: 336-456-6453. Man, call in real quick. Give us your thoughts on any other awards: MVP, Coach of the Year. We didn't even go with Defensive Player of the Year. We'll do that another time. I just wanted to grab those.
Big 9-5.
What we gotta do? Come on, let's do it.
Big 9-5.
Is Chris Jones?
Online.
Joey, whatever Bosa played for San Francisco.
I think he's still. I think he's 97.
You got Bosa. You got Jones.
A 9-5 has a better win rate than anybody else in the league right now.
I get that, but we talk about somebody who, man, they both been playing at exceptional levels for the last 4 or 5 years.
well, just for this year. Somebody pull up the numbers
for this year, though, man.
Hey, Chris, pull up Nick Bosa. Jay, you pull up Chris Jones, and then Dino, pull up Michael Parsons, because those are the 3 finalists.
I know for a fact.
Finalists?
I know for a fact that Nick.
Hold on,
Bosa,
Chris. The 3 finals was Nick Bosa, Chris Jones, Michael Parsons.
I know for a fact that Nick Bosa led the league in sacks with 18.5. I know that stat to be true.
Yeah. Jay Jones said Eli Apple should be a finalist.
Well, Eli Apple gets cooked so good.
Hey Jay, I think they count Eli Apple as an offensive player for the opposing team.
Listen. My defensive player of the year, Big Quinnen Williams from New York Jets. Straight up. My man's put up 15 sacks at the D tackle position.
Yeah, I mean, when the last person somebody did that? Warren Sapp.
I don't even think your man's did that, Jay.
What you said?
I don't even think Chris Jones did what Big Quinnen Williams was doing.
What did he do?
I think he put up 15 sacks as a down tackle.
Jay, your brother said Bosa easy.
Of course he would say that.
Yeah. And then while y'all looking up that, we got that conversation about the rookie defensive player of the year. Sauce Gardner, for me, was ahead of the pack very early. And I thought he built some momentum and he kept it going.
Let me ask you a question, Mel.
But Aiden Hutchinson did a good job as well.
So I was looking.
Chris Jones had 30 solo tackles, 15.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles,
and was a force. And really is the only dude on that D line that you fear.
And got hurt.
Yeah,
so,
but when you talk about win rate. Of course, he led the league in down lineman win rate. Like he was crazy. It's crazy, yo.
So Nick Bosa had
no. You better go back and look at that man's stats and watch that man highlights. Lamar, stop playing with that man. What are you talking about?
Nick Bosa had 41 solos, led the league with 18.5 sacks, and had 2 forced fumbles.
I'm looking up Micah. I'm supposed to look up Micah.
Yeah.
I think Bosa's gonna win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I had a vote, I would go with Bosa. But I'm saying Chris Jones does not get the respect that he deserves for the way that man plays.
So he's the Detroit of defensive players.
For sure. No. Because
he actually producing. Okay, he actually producing. Okay,
this disrespect is crazy. I thought you was my boy, Mel. This shit is wild.
And 42 solo tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and that's about it.
What was it again?
42 solo tackles, 13.5 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles.
And they move him around, whether he was
everywhere.
He plays edge. He
played middle linebacker.
Middle linebacker,
over the guards, over the center.
Mm-hmm. And he drops in coverage as well.
Yeah, so I like what Parsons does, but I think I think it's close to award to win.
No he ain't in the finalists.
Yeah, who?
Hassan Reddick.
Nah, No, they only had 3 finalists. But and anybody opposed to Sauce Gardner winning it over Hutchinson?
Tariq Woolen.
So here's
that's the 3 finalists. Yep.
So here's what I wanted to ask you, right? So I was looking at the stats. Of course, you can't really, throw you can't compare a lineman to a D-back because it's two entirely different positions, right? But looking at the numbers that they put up this season, all three of them, right? Sauce Gardner can't remember how many tackles he had, and only 2 picks. Tariq Woolen had 6 picks, and then Aiden Hutchinson had 9.5 sacks and 3 picks. That immediately removes Sauce Gardner out the conversation.
You think so?
Not really.
That immediately ruined.
You know why? You got to look at his completion when targeted stats. When targeted, seatbelt. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
It was 100% chance before they even reached the field. We knew Sauce Gardner was taking their best receiver, and he was following him the whole game.
DJ Reed had to step up to where we was like, okay, Sauce, you can stay over here. DJ Reed had to prove that, but Sauce, man, and I like Aiden. I do, man. Like, that's so tough. You're a rookie edge rusher, and you got 3 picks with almost 10 sacks in your first season.
Didn't your boy get 2 of them? Didn't 2 of them come off your boy? A-Rod?
In one game? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No. Aiden Hutchinson got 1 from Aaron Rodgers.
You're talking about the Seahawks corner.
Tariq Woolen.
Yeah.
Tariq Woolen.
When did they play Green Bay?
Who did it? Seattle?
Yeah.
I don't think they.
No, I was talking about Hutchinson.
No, Hutchinson got 1 off of.
You talking about the sacks?
Are you talking about the sacks or the picks?
One of those picks came off of Aaron Rodgers.
No, one of the picks came off of A-Rod. Yeah, in the red zone.
Yeah.
But
that's tough, man.
One was Justin Fields. They had him
you know what? I think he did pick off A-Rod twice.
Yeah, I thought it was twice.
One in the first game and then one in the second game.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah. And so, and I'm not advocating for Aiden winning the whole thing because honestly, I think Tariq Woolen should win. If you're gonna do it between him and Sauce, I would take Tariq over Sauce. But Aiden, I wouldn't be mad if Aiden as well, right? But look at the numbers. You said the numbers that you don't really see, like people ain't really throwing it. So how many times did Aiden Hutchinson get back there and break up a play? Or how many times did
they drop him in coverage? He's every I agree, bro.
So how many times did he force the quarterback out of the pocket and make a bad throw downfield, which resulted in a pass deflection or a pick for the secondary? You know what I'm saying? How many QB knockdowns did all the others? I feel like Aiden has a really compelling case for.
I agree with you on that because I feel the same way about Frankie Louvu for the Panthers. He got no votes.
Hold on, I want to adjust this comment. Real quick.
Oh, I got you. Let me. I'm gonna just piggyback off you, and I'm gonna let you go. He had no votes. I'm not sitting here saying he should have been all pro over Roquan or somebody like that, but the fact that you had no votes, you had 19 tackle for loss. I think you have 4 takeaways. You had 2 forced fumbles, 2 picks. You had 115 solo tackles. And then, like, what are we talking about? Nobody has done what he's done since Luke Kuechly, and I think it was Patrick Willis.
But listen, man, nobody looks at a turd for the shining spot. So the fact that he played in Carolina, like, they're just not even gonna look.
I get that, but still, no votes. You gotta no votes.
Yeah.
So I feel what he's saying that Aiden, you got a good argument. Same thing with Frankie Louvu. We got a good argument, but you got Sauce Gardner who's in New York. We know how that media is. We know how that exposure is. And then you got Tariq Woolen on Seattle. It's just tough, man.
Yeah.
Real quick to address this comment. Real quick to address this comment. Real quick. Whoever said that does not watch football. clearly, and it shows. And we can continue.
Lamar spitting though.
Lamar is spitting. Lamar always spitting, man. Check the numbers, man. Hutch and who the heck is
George Kalafis.
Kyler Pratt. I thought it was Kyler Pratt. Hutch and Kyler Pratt from 1-on-1 almost got the same numbers. I thought she only had one child. So if you putting Hutch in the convo, put George in there too. All right.
Hey, George went crazy. 56. You better look at him.
I feel you.
All
right, real quick. Let's go here, man. This is interesting. Jay, I got a sound bite for you. I'm gonna play. This is actually Travis Kelce on his podcast with his brother. This is what he had to say about all this trash talk that's building up for this game, man. I want to get y'all comments on it, and then we'll go into our predictions for the game. Hold on.
We are the loudest stadium in the world on record. 142 decibels.
Did you guys break the record this week?
I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to break it this week because a lot of Cincinnati Bengals fans are calling it Burrowhead instead of
Burrowhead. Whoa.
Yeah.
The disrespect to Arrowhead continues.
They're throwing a lot of bulletin board material out there, Ron.
All right. So you got trash talking. You got Eli Apple on Twitter. You got them calling it Burrowhead. You got all this build up. You got, hey man, I think the Bengals to beat them the last 3 times they played them. People are saying Joe Burrow is now better than Pat Mahomes. You got all this build up for this showdown for the AFC championship, man. So I want to get y'all thoughts on the bulletin board material they're giving them. Do you think that's going to factor in? And then let's go ahead and kind of discuss like some of the below the surface stuff with the X's and O's on how we go about our predictions with this one. Since it's only 2 games that we got to go with, we can go a little bit deeper on it. But I'm gonna start with the KC fan, Jay. How you feel about that?
I'll pause. I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. All right. Well, that's you, Dino.
Man, I don't agree with calling it Burrowhead because you only went in there and won once. The other 2 wins were at home. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with saying Burrowhead just yet. Last time we seen Eli Apple talk trash, we seen him get put in some memes. You know what I'm saying? So he might want to chill with that. But we talking about a team that went to the Super Bowl with arguably the worst O-line ever. They got slightly better. So that's dangerous. But we talk about Pat Mahomes too, right?
Yeah.
Talk about Travis Kelce, right?
Yep.
Come on now. What more do I need to say? I like I'm honestly taking Cincinnati to win just off of that O-line stat. But if we get a healthy Mahomes, sheesh.
Yeah, but what are you basing on your Cincinnati pick? What is it that you think Cincinnati do well that they'll be able to do well against Kansas City, or what do you think they're gonna be able to stop about what Kansas City does well?
They do what most teams can't do against Kansas City, and that's spread the ball. Everybody gets touches in Cincinnati. Everybody. And honestly, who did y'all just beat? Who did Kansas City just beat last week? It was Jacksonville, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have that blueprint was amazing. We're gonna run away from Chris Jones the whole game. And it looked good too. You get what I mean? Like it just looked good. Now, Cincinnati, you have the same weapons to be able to do so. You have Joe Mixon, you got T. Higgins, you got Jamar Chase, Mr. Gritty. You know what I'm saying? You have the players. Your O-line got slightly better. So Joe's gonna get a lot more time compared to 1.5 seconds, you're gonna get 1.6 seconds. That's a lot. So you know what I mean? I like Cincinnati, man. I like Cincinnati.
Here's the
might be missing 3 starters on the O-line.
First of all, their O-line.
Actually, they right back at last season, Lamar. Yeah, why not? We seen them do it last season. Why not?
The worst O-line in Super Bowl history Kansas City had when we had to play third and fourth stringers against Tom Brady and that Tampa Bay defense. It was so bad. Pat Mahomes running for his life. It was so bad that they didn't return one starter the next year. Like they got rid of 5. And so anytime you got to get rid of 5, that's probably the worst one.
Yeah, that's why I said arguably. I said arguably.
Because it ain't but 5. You got. Hey, you, and you. Hey, don't impact your stuff.
Damn, coach, none of us.
Yeah.
The whole unit, yes, everybody.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That Burrow head, first of all, it's gonna make the crowd go stupid. You're gonna see him doing a whole lot of this all game, trying to hit.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
We lost to them 3 times in a row, and I'm not gonna make excuses for the losses.
Mm-hmm.
But in each of the games last year, we had big leads. I'm talking about 11 points, 18 points. And, historically, Andy Reid gets the lead, and then he takes his foot off the gas. And he's kind of like, hey, there's not enough time left for you to come back and win. So we're just going to run the ball and keep the clock moving. Andy's not going to do that this time. I really believe that you're going to see a really good game that's going to get out of hand really quickly. I think Kansas City will win by at least 10. I think that the X factor, the thing that will keep Cincinnati in it would be P. Ryan, Mixon's backup. His run style is more effective against Kansas City than what Joe Mixon's run style would be. So if Cincinnati's smart, they would feed P. Ryan more than, and that's what kind of won them the game when Mixon was out when we played them the first time. It's the way that he runs, and runners like him, we have a hard time stopping. Now, and it keeps the clock rolling, and it keeps 1-5 on the sideline. We have a whole lot of rookies in the secondary, but I think them boys, Watson, Cook, McDuffie, shout out to Juan Thornhill, shout out to Snead. Them boys about to strap up. And everybody's going to be worried about Chris Jones, but watch Frank Clark, watch daggone Willie Gay. Matter of fact, watch Carlos Dunlap. Joe Burrow will not be clean. Look, Spag is he's sending the house early. And once he gets out, once they get off schedule and they're at third and 8, 3rd and 9, it's a wrap. It's a wrap after this. Kansas City is going to win this game and win it convincingly. The whole thing that Pat Mahomes has thrived this whole season on, and I seen Dan Orlovsky talk about it. He was like, he was real mad about the way he played the second half of the AFC Championship last year. This is a revenge game for Pat Mahomes. You've never seen this guy with a chip on his shoulder. He's already the best. Now add a chip to it, and then you want to call his house Burrowhead?
Yeah, out of all the trash talking, even the Eli Apple stuff on Twitter, out of all the things that's been said, I think Burrowhead might be the worst thing they could have had said.
And it's clever. First of all, it's clever.
It is clever.
Like
it's beautiful, but that's the one that's gonna hit a nerve. And I mean, of course, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And I think they're gonna have to get up early, and let their whole home field help them out, because if they don't get up early, I really think the ankle injury with Pat Mahomes is more something than is nothing. Like it's something, right? You know, it's something, and let's not be fools about this. These are the two best quarterbacks in the league, hands down. I don't care what order you put them in. I still got Mahomes over Burrow, but they're close. Mahomes got a little something extra that Burrow don't have, right? And Burrow he might be a little bit more conservative. You know, he likes to stay in the pocket. Mahomes, you know, he like to get stuff off schedule or whatnot. So that, you know, that's kind of different. However, that ankle injury makes me think Burrow might be he might be a tad bit ahead of Mahomes in this game, and I think that could be the difference. I don't know who I'm picking. This is I still ain't. I guess I got to pick because we're recording, right? I got to pick. I was gonna try to wait till like the day before, like tomorrow or something like that. Shoot, man.
Take the Alley Cats.
Yeah, I am. I'm taking the Bengals. And good Lord, man. I'm taking the Bengals, man, and I think they go win by 10 points.
I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking Kansas City, and it won't be close. Trust me. Book it. And I ain't gave you a book in a while.
And all your book, you were like 0 for 30 for booking, but your brother just said them rookies in trouble. Your brother just said them rookies in trouble.
Hey, listen, McDuck. Listen.
Did Jamar Chase have a career day against you? His career's best day was against you guys, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. It was.
That might roll over. You know what I mean? With momentum.
No, that was last year with a different set of backs. Those backs.
Yeah, I agree.
Those DBs were so bad that Andy Reid said, "Hey man, give us some guys out of college. Just give."
No, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that does a lot for a player's confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, I had my career best against them, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of career days.
Listen, I would have my career best day against Daniel Sorensen too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Nah.
Hey, real quick, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Kind of muffled now, though.
Kind of muffled?
He in the bathroom on the toilet. I can tell.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to hold on. It came in the mail today, so I'm trying to get it all set up right.
Calibrate. I see you. You got Colin Coward, Mike.
So I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's what's up. Man.
I'm trying to get it together, man. So.
We'll work on it after we finish, man. But it's good. Yeah. It's good to go for now, man. Give us your pick for Bengals, KC.
I got Cincinnati, but I got it in another close one like last year.
What's your spread?
I got Cincinnati by a field goal.
I think that's the spread too, ain't it?
No,
it's not. What is the spread for?
No,
it's one right now, ain't it?
Nah, It's 1.5 KC.
So 2. Oh,
yeah, KC's the favorite again. They watched Pat at practice yesterday.
It has been going back and forth.
Hey, listen,
it has been going back and forth.
You, because you ain't had no choice. That man could need surgery right now, but he playing.
Y'all ain't going out there with Chad Henne for no daggone championship.
Hell not. Listen,
it's the road to the bowl, baby.
You got a better chance of the NFL postponing it to next week.
Listen, if Chad Henne was going out there, I would listen. With all this you see behind me, I'd say Bengals by 7.
You know another.
But it ain't Chad Henne.
You know,
your brother. Sean said Cincinnati by 1.
Another thing.
Tell your ass up. What you are talking about is a 2-time league MVP, 2-time Super Bowl participant, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, 1-time Super Bowl champion. All in his first 5 years playing the position at the league. There's been 5 years that he started. All 5 years he's hosted the AFC championship game. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Everybody can keep sucking on Joe Burrow if you want to. When Kansas City wins this, I want you all to call me with that same momentum that you would call me if we lost, and apologize to me.
I do you one better, man. If Kansas City win, we'll be in the post game live right here, and I would start it out with a soliloquy of me apologizing to Pat Mahomes and his ankle and all the Kansas City fans. And I would do that. And y'all got to come with me too. All right, so let's go.
This is the modern day Peyton versus Tom Brady.
Yeah, they're trying to turn it into that.
It ain't even that.
But which one is it? Which one is the NFL going to write in the script as Tom Brady and the one
Patty, that's already written.
No. I'm telling you, it's changing. I can tell they're going to write it in the script. Well, Burrow is going to be the man that's going to get all the rings, and Mahomes has won all his rings. That's what I think. That's how they writing it in. They might give him one. They might give him one toward the end, like they gave Peyton. But the Bengals, that moving forward, I mean, because I doubt Joe Burrow go break the bank like Pat Mahomes did. Pat Mahomes won't be able to get all that help like he want. Burrow is more likely to take a pay cut like Tom Brady and continue the ball rolling. I guarantee you.
Pat done restructured this deal. He restructured every year.
Man, how you restructure $500 million?
It's a team-friendly deal. They keep moving money to signing bombs. It's a real team-friendly deal, bro.
He said it could be $1 billion, but I'm gonna do half.
He didn't restructure it well enough if Tyreek Hill had to go.
No, it wasn't.
Tyreek just wanted something different.
What it boiled down to, Tyreek Hill wanted to be paid number one receiver money. He wanted to be the highest paid receiver, and which he is right now. Yeah. However, the front office said, "Hey, we could do this without you," and the front office bet on themselves and won.
Yeah, they bet on Mahomes. They ain't bet on. They giving themselves too much credit if they bet on themselves. They betted on Mahomes.
No, they betted that Veach could the GM could go through the draft and find talent. And I'm telling you guys, you're 1 year away from watching number 24 Sky Moore be everything that you've seen Cheetah be. Trust me.
Oh no, he's already. Who's your running back? That's your running back, right?
No. Running back is number 10, Isaiah Pacheco.
He's already Tyreek Hill's replacement. I seen this man get up something serious last week. I'm like,
he nice.
What?
He got speed and he got power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seventh round. Yeah. We found him in the 7th round.
And guess what? He wear that number 10 rightfully.
And matter of fact, speaking of 7th round, the guy Watson, who made that amazing one-hand pick to seal the game, he was a 7th round pick too. Kansas City, listen, we draft well through the whole draft. Trust me, it's all right, guys.
Let's move to the other side on the NFC.
I hope you're watching, Sean.
The conference that will be represented as the Super Bowl champions this year. Whichever one win this game, winning the Super Bowl. It just is what it is. For me personally,
I know exactly what you mean by disrespect, bro.
Yeah, because I looked at some NFL content that was like, hey, let's rank the quarterbacks that's left in the playoffs, and they got Pat Mahomes. I mean, not Pat Mahomes, but Jalen Hurts ranked 4th.
Yeah, that's
behind Purdy.
Very disrespectful.
I'm like, come on, this dude is an MVP candidate. Probably, if he don't win it, he's number 2 behind Pat, and y'all got him ranked number 4 behind a rookie that played 6 games. And okay, I get it, Burrow, got it. But come on, bro, 4th. And then I mean, they just act like I don't know. It is. I mean, they saying he's a system quarterback and is he got all the weapons and all that. I think he's better than that.
All deep. I think he's third in deep passes.
The dude balling. Like I said, I voted him for MVP personally, and I think they go win this game too against the 49ers. Man, like everybody's waiting for the carriage to turn back into a pumpkin for Brock Purdy. He's a rookie, man. It's got to at some point, but maybe it don't. Maybe he run the table. Who knows? But if it's going to be a game that he turns back into a pumpkin, it's this one.
I told my homies this because we were having this conversation at work, and I was like, I have Philly beating San Francisco, and the edge I have is that it's in Philly. I feel like if the game was in San Francisco might win. So it could go, like, if that was the case, it could go either way. And I told him, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco did beat Philly, but I have Philly winning. And I told him, I was like, Brock Purdy has played cool. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing all right. But if there was ever a game that he would look like a rookie,
it was gonna be this game.
Mm.
I'm predicting 2 interceptions for Brock Purdy.
Now look, this is
I was gonna pick Philly, right? And then I heard all you clowns pick Philly. I'm going 49ers.
Why?
You want a rematch?
Nah, why do I want a rematch? We beat them.
That ain't what you want, Jay. You don't want that rematch. You don't want that rematch. Y'all can't do to Brock Purdy what the Philly about to do to him.
First of all, we can. Second of all, I actually think that we'd have a harder time beating 49ers in the Super Bowl than we would beat Philly. I think we could beat Philly easier than we could beat San Francisco. Regardless, I believe Kansas City is going to win the Super Bowl, but that's a common belief that I will always have.
Your bias is showing.
It's cool. I don't mind being biased. But I'm biased to a team that's actually winning.
Why? We had a winning season, 9-8. Fuck what y'all talking about.
I don't think we lost 8 games.
Nobody even saying about Detroit.
I don't think we've lost 8 games in the last 3 years combined. But anyway,
y'all have. Y'all ain't like that.
Go ahead and get the math. Get the math. 3 years. Look up the last 3 records. Get the math and see if it's 8. It might be 8. It might be 9.
It might be 7, Jay.
It probably is.
Then y'all have a 2-game losing.
I'm taking Philly now. We talk about a team with how many All Pros on it? 8, something like that. Something crazy number like that. Yeah, man, that's hard to beat.
Yeah, what they gonna be able to do against the 49ers though?
Philly? Anything they want. That old line, I don't think people realize, right? That old line is moving in a different way. I'm talking everybody's moving together. It looked like Spartans 300. Like they're so mobile. Everybody's the chemistry, everything is strategically intact. Like, man, Jason Kelce has that. I like the Kelce brothers in the Super Bowl, man. How about that? I'm gonna retract my last. I'm gonna take Kansas City. I'm gonna go with Jay. I'm gonna take Kansas City and Philly. That's my Super Bowl prediction. That's my.
Look, what's the numbers, man?
Y'all had 8 losses in the last 2 seasons.
In the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, 3 this year, 5 last year.
How many did y'all have this year?
We had enough.
Well,
we had enough. You know how many we had.
I'll tell you what. How many seasons do you have to go to get to 14 wins?
You doing too much.
No, just ask a question.
That might be 3 seasons. Y'all almost there with 9 this year.
I guarantee it'll take 4.
I think 3.
You think it would take?
How many wins y'all had last year?
They had 3 last year.
That's 12.
That's 12.
Year before that.
I think there was a 1-win team. They might have been a win.
No, he wasn't. Stop disrespecting us.
Hey man, I'm just playing liqueur, man.
Because now you done did it.
Yo, man, it sucked rooting for a team that sucked, man. Like,
hey, I've been there though. I've been a Kansas City Chiefs fan forever.
Yeah,
like there were some bad years here, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Look where your day's coming, man. Just keep.
I know it is next season, division champs. Book it
behind Jared Goff's arm. Got it.
Book it
in a passing lead. Got it.
Ooh. Hey, you seen that arm didn't throw a pick in the last 9 games, right?
You know that's impressive.
And he was putting up 250 a game.
That's impressive.
They got film. They're gonna have film on them though.
Yeah,
that's fine. Jameson Williams is gonna be healthy in the system too. Still got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You got to do it more than once. When Can't Get Right hit that first home run, they asked him to do it 2 more times before they believed it, Chris.
You got film. You got film on a lot of guys that you didn't have film on this year.
Yeah, facts. You heard it. You heard what I said, Jay.
Oh, and the Lions had 5 wins the season before. So
I said you got to do it more than one. I said when Can't Get Right hit that first home run, they asked him to do it 2 more times before they believed it.
Watch it.
It's a little retard mistake, man. Just a retard mistake.
Watch.
Man, the worst thing.
I want y'all to tell me who's gonna beat us in the NFC North. Who gonna do it?
Man,
we had a conversation. I told you I like y'all to win.
Move. You sidebar. We do that in the parking lot. We sidebar. So we got all our picks in. We got Jay picking the Niners, right? We got Chris. You picked Philly, and Dino picked the Niners. I picked Philly.
No, I picked Philly. I picked Philly. I changed my answer for the AFC. I'm taking Kansas City.
All right, y'all know I like pulling receipts up. You know that's why I make sure I get it.
Hey, I'll be the first to tell you. I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking Philly. That's my.
I'm gonna tell you this. My Super Bowl is Philly and Cincinnati, and Philly winning in the route.
Yeah. All right, so we got about 20 more minutes left to hit this NBA All-Star stuff before I let y'all have the rest of y'all day back, man.
Try.
So we talked about this last week, a week before last, right? Mm-hmm. When the first fan votes came in. So here's the starters and how it came in. Kevin Durant was leading by when we did the last show. Kevin Durant was leading, and he was going to be the number one vote getter on the East, but it ended up being Giannis in the end. So Giannis is the team captain, and LeBron on the West Coast team captain, and those are your starters. Obviously, you see Joel Embiid is left out, but we knew somebody was going to get left out. We thought it was going to be Tatum, but Tatum actually got the votes. But there's the votes right here. Here's another interesting thing I wanted to put out there.
Can we highlight one name right now? You know who I want to highlight.
I think I'm about to get there, right? So
gotta highlight.
Look at this graphic, and if you look at right the first column from the names, player ranking, then fan ranking, then media ranking, that's how the fan vote came in and the player vote came in. And I want you to look at Kyrie Irving, who the players voted in the number one guard, and then the fans voted him in the number one guard as well. But the media voted him as the fourth, putting him behind Tyrese Halliburton, Jaylen Brown, and Donovan Mitchell, right? But the way it's weighted, he still was voted in as a starter. I want to start there, man, real quick. What's the problem with the media and Kyrie Irving? Why they slight him all the way for, like, why they want to say people like Tyrese Halliburton and Donovan Mitchell is better than him? Vote him number 4 when the players and the fans constantly remind them that we think he's the best guard.
Tell me Halliburton and Mitchell ain't never spoke out or did anything that the media didn't like.
You think it's that simple?
That simple. It all started with the COVID season. He didn't want to get the vaccine.
It started with the world is flat.
I'm not gonna take away from Donovan Mitchell. Since he's come in the league, he's been producing well.
Right.
But Kyrie Irving is a generational talent. And everybody can't do what Kyrie does. His flexibility, his footwork, his knowledge of the game, playmaking ability, ball handling, shooting. You can't. We're talking about somebody who Kobe took under the wing. Well, Kobe's not taking everybody under the wing. He's only taking elite players under the wing. You know what I mean? So I really don't understand the disrespect. I don't understand. I don't care. It's like saying you can hate Tom Brady, you can hate Patrick Mahomes, you can hate all of these players, but you got to be realistic sometime. You have to. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, they even it was a disparity with Kevin Durant's votes as well. Like, you know, everybody was voting him a certain way, and the media was totally different on it. So the media had Kevin Durant and Kyrie both, you know, totally different than what the fans and the players had it. But anyway, overall though,
the chart back up, please.
Which one?
The vote rankings.
There we go.
Wow. They had Kevin Durant 4th as well. Like he wasn't MVP balling before he got hurt.
I mean, but it's a little different for that one because that's Giannis, Tatum, and Embiid. right? So they had Giannis, Tatum, and Embiid both above Kevin Durant, and I bet if Luka was in the East, they would have Luka above him too.
Player rankings is by position.
Yeah, by front court. They got forwards and centers together on the first top half, and then the bottom half is all guards. So the players voted, the fans voted, and the players and the fans both voted Giannis 1, KD 2, right? But the media voted Tatum 1, Giannis 2, Embiid 3, Kevin Durant 4.
Why is Bam? Ooh, the disrespect. The disrespect.
At least the players appreciate him. Because the fans was not giving him no love.
Bam at 11.
The fans got, but Bam is not a fan favorite like that. So I can understand the fans voting a different way and having the disparity, but you would think the players would vote with some type of logic, and you would think the media would as well. But it seems like the players are the ones
that Trae Young one, boy, that thing, the media is saying one way, but his peers are saying, nah, he not him.
Yeah, the peers is like, dude, I can get a bucket on this dude whenever. Like, this is doggy style anytime. Like, so yeah, the players ain't go, yeah. That's gonna be a hard sell. What the heck is
I think the players' vote should
trump a lot.
Be held at the highest esteem.
Where else other than coaches would you get a better evaluation of another player?
I think if they really wanted it to be more accurate, they have to come up with a criteria that can be applied across the board. Right? That makes sense.
It do,
but there's no criteria. So if all four of us have votes as media, like, it's based on if we all get in a group chat together and start talking about it and be like, this is how I'm gonna vote, this is how I'm gonna vote, or or they might have that conversation like a player who goes against the grain and don't get vaccinated and almost destroys the whole league doesn't deserve our vote. If we all decide that, then we can all say, all right, that's 4 votes right here, not going against this player or going for this player. So that's how the media is doing it. But there's no criteria where we actually checking the boxes and grading it like a grade sheet and turning it in, where the NBA can be like, this don't make no sense. Like, how you grade this player with X, Y, and Z, and you get what I'm saying? Like, there's none of that. There's no checks and balances. It's just, I can have my own criteria. I can get together with other media members and we can decide to do one thing. And I think it's always gonna be jacked up when you do it like that.
But to be fair, that's the same way they do like Hall of Fame votes and all that shit.
Yeah, that junk just loose. Just all loosey goosey. It's just yeah, ain't no standing to it. It's just loosey goosey. Who who you made mad, and who you sat on. You know what I mean? So
you ain't lying.
But hey, but other than that though, looking at East and West though, did y'all have any problems with how it stacked up? I heard a lot of people say Zion Williamson, with all the games he's missed, they would have rather seen marketing. I think Charles Barkley said he would have rather seen marketing there or either Sabonis. And I kind of agree about the Sabonis one. I think Sabonis deserved to be in there.
Absolutely.
Listen, time out. Who would you rather see with your eyes, Sabonis or Zion Williamson?
Zion Williamson.
Zion
Williamson. No, I get it. Yeah, marketing, dunking on people too now.
Marketing. I'm taking him every time. Marketing. And he's shooting from half court. Marketing.
Yeah, but and look, and this is the funny thing. I get what Jay going at. This is the funny thing though, Jay. Out of all those starters on the West, I don't want to see Jokic at all. I don't want to see Luka at all. I only want to see Curry, LeBron, and Zion.
Time out.
Listen, you can tell.
I had the privilege to watch Luka in real time. I went to that Dallas and Heat game.
Okay.
And might I say, a lot has changed with my perspective on Luka.
Okay.
when I'm watching it in person, it's different from watching it on TV and in person. And on TV, like, man, how does he keep getting this slow ass step back off? But in person, I understand completely how, and I see why it's working. When you have smaller guards, because you're 6'8" at the point guard, so you're naturally stronger than 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" guards. You're naturally stronger off of physicals, right? So, and you have exceptional IQ as well as exceptional ball handle.
And you don't go into your actions until you get a screen in a favorable matchup. Like if they throw Kawhi on Luka and press him full court,
absolutely,
as soon as he cross half court, the screen is coming to get Kawhi off of him.
Absolutely, but I'm gonna tell you something. Most teams do not start with their best defender guarding Luka. We did not start the game with Jimmy or Bam guarding Luka. So by the time
that's because you only got one. That's because you only got one guy like that, and if that guy also happens to be one of your primary scorers, you don't want him to get in foul trouble.
No, but look what I'm saying, though, right? Look what I'm saying, because the fouls, it was kind of shaky, but I can see why. But what I'm saying is, this man, right? He'll dribble you down. He'll attack the rim, and when he step back, he'll give you a little contact, that little shoulder.
Yeah.
And he creates so much space, man. I've seen Caleb Martin, not elite defender, but a decent, right? Athletic, could get back and contest with his athleticism. He had to jump 3 times to recover space and try and contest the shot. And it was like he wasn't even there. I'm like, man, I see how it works. And he did it back to back to back. He did it to Gabe Vincent, he did it to Kyle Lowry, and he did it to Caleb Martin. I'm like,
but that's because he's good. Like no one's disputing how good this dude is. Luka.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but I'm saying
he's good
in person. Even in person, it was enjoyable to watch because I'm like, man,
sure, but they don't play. But they still don't play. And that's why I was saying, like, Luka is too good to play the style of basketball Dallas got them playing. And a lot of people are going to overinflate or inflate what he's doing because his numbers are inflated. And you seen last night when he got hurt within 3 minutes of the game, Dinwiddie played the same style and got 35 and 9, but he did it on less shots than Luka. He did it way more efficient than Luka. So my thing is, look, somebody that good, it's too easy for him to get the numbers that he's getting. That's not the impressive part. The impressive part is what I can see, and I can see that he can be more of a winner and more effective if he got off the ball and gave somebody else the point guard duties, and he learned how to play off the ball in the post, coming off screens, et cetera, things like that, right? He's got to learn how to do that if he wants to really win. But if he just wants the numbers and he wants to be the next James Harden or the next Westbrook, then that path is already clear for him. That's my thing.
I agree.
Yeah, so I'm not impressed no more. There's nothing he can do stat wise that's going to impress me no more. I'm already super impressed as much as I can get by how good he is. Now, what can you do with it? And unfortunately for him and the Mavs, that next step starts with him actually giving the ball up to somebody else. Jay, your thoughts?
Does your style of play equal winning? And if the answer is no, you need a new style of play.
Well, they say he need new teammates. It's like when Benny Siegel's his wife said you need a new life, and he said, man, how about I get a new wife? He said, ain't nothing wrong with what I'm doing in the streets. The issue is you got a problem with it. So let me just get somebody who ain't got no problem with it. That's basically what they're saying in Dallas. They're saying if we're not winning, it ain't got nothing to do with Luka or what or how we're playing. It's who he's playing with. So let's just get new players.
I mean, I actually hate positionless basketball. Like, I really do.
Yeah.
Because people confuse, and I was one of them. You confuse stats with playing good basketball, and it's not really that simple a lot of times.
Right.
Like you said, you bring up Harden, you bring up Westbrook. Hell, you could bring LeBron, how LeBron played a similar style, and change rosters to have less talented people, but who could do what he wanted them to do at a higher level.
Yep.
You always constructing a team used to be about, having one or two actually really good superstars, and then everyone else who could fit around them and make the team the best that they could. Like you didn't try to make an all-star team as your regular team because everybody want to get off. Pause. So I don't know what Dallas fans would want from Luka. As far as if he had better teammates, every teammate that he has that is good, you run him out. You run him out of town, but because he can't get off because you're bringing the ball up the court, you're making passes, you want the ball back for shots. You know what I'm saying? You actually want to slice to grab rebounds. Like you want to do it all. You don't want you don't want no help. So how can you help a guy that doesn't want help? I don't. Of course, I don't. I like he's talented enough to play any style of basketball and be successful. He's talented enough to play any style of basketball and get off. But as long as Dallas is playing this way, they will not win a championship. And but yeah, he'll set out the records.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But
100%.
his records mean anything without winning.
Yeah. But they like him, so that the story will be written a certain way. Chris, I'll let you get the final word before we end it, man, and then we'll be back in here for another episode, probably post game. Hold on, what's the schedule? Is it both games Sunday, or they got one Saturday, one Sunday?
Both on Sunday.
Both Sunday. Okay, so
San Fran first.
Y'all trying to get in here post game?
Yeah. I told you, man, we got let's try and do a watch party too.
Man,
we did that,
man. My cheeks was hurting so bad sitting down that long, bro.
Okay.
If I do it, I'm gonna have to be on a treadmill the whole time.
Hey, because we was on for we went about 7-8 hours, didn't we?
Man,
tell me out, right?
Man, I went and had some ribs. While I was recording, I was eating ribs, barbecue chicken.
Tell me out. Even Peyton and Eli get up and move around in theirs. You know what I'm saying? They on national TV. Who cares? You can get up and do what you want. I'm just.
Which game would be more fun to do a watch party with? The KC
both
game?
of them. What we come on now? We grinded.
Said both.
He grinded.
He trying to be live all day.
All day.
I mean, for me, historically, I don't like to be interrupted by hecklers while I'm watching the game.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do too, Jay.
Yeah, I know. I know. You one of the ones that was
Jay,
on my phone last year.
On the Philly and San Fran game.
Yeah. No. I mean, whatever we decide to do, I'm a part of. But Melvin was one of the reasons why I made my rant last year.
That's no way. That rant didn't have nothing to do with me. I haven't called and teased you about the Kansas City Chiefs in years.
Dude, I got receipts.
That's a daggone lie.
You was texting my phone, man. Y'all cook now. Kansas City Cheeks is what you was calling them.
You know what? You're right. And I did make a Mahomes pack. As a matter of fact, I might still have that Mahomes pack somewhere on here. Let's see if I can find it, man. Where's that Mahomes pack at, man? Nah, I deleted it.
That man made it, but that man was saying, what was your boy name? Josh Allen was about to be smoking on that Mahomes pack. He went up with 13 seconds. That man sent me that meme.
That's true.
And we came down and won, and then won. I mean, sent it to overtime, and then won in overtime.
Yeah, that's true. I give you that. But yeah, I think we'll think about it. But Chris, what's your final thoughts
on what?
The All-Star and all that stuff. What we're talking about.
I agree. Jokic and Luka is not, I don't think is it matches the glitz and glamour of All-Star Weekend, how they play. I also don't agree with seeing Zion if he hasn't played in a month of games.
It was fan vote and player vote.
Yeah, I mean, they probably take into account what he did before, and when he was healthy, he was hooping. He was an MVP. Where is Ja Morant? That's a good question. Why is Ja not on there?
I mean, because he can only be voted in as a guard though. So and they got Luka.
So you mean to tell me that Luka is playing at a better level than Ja Morant is
before Ja?
Yeah,
that's what.
I don't agree with that.
That's how they voted.
I don't agree with that.
That's how they voted, man.
They
still got Luka in the top 5 MVP. Well, I think they got him at number 5 now. Yeah, top 5 MVP race, and I don't think he's in the MVP race at all.
Me neither.
I think it's Embiid, Tatum, Jokic. It was KD before he went down. Of course, missing games is going to affect that, but those was the top 3: Tatum, Embiid, and Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact they still got Luka in the conversation with a 500 record is beyond me.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. But yeah, I agree with y'all on the Ja Morant thing. And here's another thing: I'm tired of Luka playing point guard. Period. Just play your natural position and go to.
He came in the league as a small forward. Yeah, he came in the league as a small forward.
Let's get this right.
Name one small forward.
If he is playing small forward, he is getting 40 put on his head right back.
But he's
why do you think he moved to point guard?
But hold on, he can't guard point guards either. You think when at the tip off, you think when Ja Morant grabbed the ball, Luka is saying, "I got 12." No, he's not. He's not saying I got. He's not saying I got Kyrie Irving. He's not saying I got Steph. He's not guarding Dame Lillard. He's not guarding Halliburton. He's not guarding. He's not guarding anybody who's trying to score. They're going to put him on the person that's going to the corner and grabbing the lawn chair and laying and sitting down in it, just waiting, just to go back down court and play defense. That's the guy he's guarding. Like they're hiding him on defense.
Yeah, I don't think he can guard anybody.
Yeah, he can't stop a nosebleed. So, I mean, people just got to be honest and real about that, man.
Hold on, did that man really got shoes?
Yes.
Yeah, he signed with Jordan, and they're not bad. I want, hey, Mike, I want the red ones. I want the red ones.
I don't like no new shoes that come out.
How do y'all?
That's Obi that just commented.
Nah, that was my boy Alvarez.
Oh,
how do y'all feel about them doing the pickup game thing?
I like that. I love that now.
They pick the teams right before the game.
Yeah, that's like going to LA Fitness and running the rec run.
Use somebody line or everybody line.
Yeah, I like that. I love that.
How they gonna already have the jerseys made? So they're gonna make jerseys on both sides.
Both.
I'm thinking
uniforms and whoever pick who you just
I'm thinking they're gonna make reversibles.
Yeah, they could do it that way too. Do y'all know where that idea came from though?
LA Fitness all his life. I don't know.
I like it though.
I do too.
It came from Kevin Durant.
He's a street
no
ball.
Shit, really? Yeah, he is.
He suggested it on his podcast. Him and Eddie Gonzalez.
He's a street baller.
Yeah,
that's straight street ball right there. Let's go get some pickups.
I mean, if we gonna be honest, man, the All-Star Weekend has been ass for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's giving Pro Bowl.
I don't know. The Pro Bowl is bad.
Yeah, Pro Bowl. They playing flag football this year. What does that do for a Pro Bowl D tackle, Pro Bowl defensive end? Like, come on, man, what are we doing?
Hey, for you to have an All-Star game and you play a whole totally different sport, like flag football is a totally different sport from NFL football.
Yeah, like come on.
Imagine if the NBA All-Star game was 3-on-3, big three. That's pretty much what they did. It's a whole totally different sport.
Now, but I mean, people didn't want to get hurt, so you had people just saying, "I'm not going to the All-Star. I mean, I'm not going to the Pro Bowl no matter what." And I get it. I can't remember any major Pro Bowl injuries over the time that I used to watch it, but I get it.
Aaron Gordon said if he the only way he do the dunk contest if he get voted an all-star.
Well, he ain't doing a dunk contest.
We'll never see you again, buddy.
But yeah, man, we about to hit 2 hours, man. That's perfect timing, man. We did good, man. But check out Kevin Durant's Twitter, man. He tweeted, he said you heard it here first, and I was like, heard what? And I clicked it, and exact same thing what they're doing. He suggested it on this podcast. And I think that was just as late as last week. They changed it because I don't think this.
Yeah, they just changed it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, they just changed it, and that came from Kevin. I don't know when Kevin Durant said it. He might have said it last year, but he tweeted it out last week. So I tried to find it so I can play, but I couldn't find it. But anyway, man, appreciate everybody, man. If y'all watching and y'all didn't hit the like button or the heart button or whatever, and if you haven't subscribed to YouTube already, go do that. And then we'll catch y'all on the next episode. We might be doing a watch party Sunday, but if not, we definitely gonna be in the post game. So that's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Check y'all out. Peace.